Hey, it's Nathan with nathansadventures.com, and today I'm reviewing the FireKable Bracelet, which is a free survival bracelet that comes from survivallife.com. And it's free in the sense that you pay $5 shipping and handling to get this in your hand. So it's essentially a $5 survival bracelet. Now, the reason they're calling it a survival bracelet is because it has a little compass here, as you can see, and I tested it out earlier. I compared it to my phone and also to the sun, and it seems pretty accurate. So the compass aspect of it is pretty accurate, I would say. It's made out of nylon cord or 550 cord. I'm not sure if it's the true 550 cord where it can support 550 pounds, but we'll do a little tension test later on. And also it has a ferro rod and then a striker, so you can start a fire if you need to, and I want to test that out later on here as well, see how well that works. But yeah, I mean, it's just a bracelet, so it just fits on your wrist just like a normal bracelet or a watch. I mean, pretty self-explanatory and simple. I've seen people actually put like watch faces on similar bracelets, so I guess that's a possibility. So it's a multi-purpose watch slash survival bracelet. And I also wanted to point out that there's a whistle included, so it's pretty loud. I'm sure that you could hear it pick up through my mic here. So it's very, very loud and piercing. It hurt my ears. All right, so I'm gonna try and start a fire here using the ferro rod and the striker, and I have some lint down here, so it should be, I mean, highly flammable. We'll see if I can get it started. All right, so as you saw, I could not get it to start this lint on fire. And in fact, I made my thumb bleed. So there's that. That's kind of nice. I think the reason that happened is because the rod's just so short that, I mean, by the time I go through the rod, my thumb hits it, and yeah, so I kept banging my thumb on it and I couldn't get the lint on fire. So as far as practical use for starting a fire, I think it's pretty low. So now I'm actually gonna disassemble it and check out how well this nylon cord works. And once it's disassembled, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to put it back together. So I mean, that's pretty much it. So I started to disassemble the bracelet here, and just wanted to show you the insides of one of the strings. I wasn't able to disassemble it just with my bare hands. I had to use a knife to cut one of the strings. I guess they melted it together, but I'm going to finish disassembling it now. Alright, so I got the bracelet disassembled, and it looks like it gives you about 10 to maybe 12 feet of cord. It is connected by, I guess they melted it together, so I doubt that this will hold, so you'll probably need to tie the two ends together. Oh, well, that's not good. Yeah, so that just happened. Let me tie it together and test it out. I got a little knot there, and let's go try and swing from it. All right, so it's been raining the last like week here, and my backyard's basically a swamp, so I'm just gonna yank. I hooked it to my back deck here, and I'm just gonna essentially yank on it. Obviously, I probably can't generate the 550 pounds of weight that a 550 cord should support. Now, they don't claim that this is 550 cord, so I actually don't know what the strength of it is, but I'm gonna pull on it, see what happens. Alright, so it seems to hold okay, and I can't really fault it anyway there. So the final review of the FireKable bracelet, is it worth spending $5 on? And kind of, is what I have to say. If you have like 50 bucks that you don't really know what to buy with it, I mean, $5, 10% of that 50 bucks could go towards something like this. I don't think it's required or necessary for survival. The compass is pretty accurate, so I like that aspect of it. The whistle's nice and loud, so if you fall off a cliff and need a whistle for help, it's loud enough people would hear you. and it might scare some animals away. I did not like the fact that you could not start a fire with it, or I couldn't. Maybe I just suck at starting fires with this little rod and striker, so it could just be me. Maybe you should try it, test it out. Maybe I just suck at lighting fires. The cable itself seems pretty strong. I don't know if it's true 550 cable. It's between probably 10 to 12 feet, and it supported, let's say 150 pounds at least, and it wasn't like feeling weak or anything like that. So it's strong enough to hold a book bag up in a tree, or I mean possibly support your body weight, or use to help hold up shelter or something like that. So it seems reasonable for that. I don't think you'll be able to put it back together once you have it taken apart. So it's kind of like a one-time use thing once you grab this cable off of it. But then it does make it easier to make sparks with this rod and striker. I was still unable to actually start the lint on fire, but again, maybe I'll just suck at lighting fires. So yeah, I mean, if you have a bunch of extra money laying around and you just want something that's fine, go for it. If you purchase it through the link below this video, I'll earn a small commission, which will help me make more awesome videos like this one. 25% of the earnings I make from nathansadventures.com go to support wounded warriors. And also I'll add your name to the wall of awesome, which is just like a shout out board. I'll have your name, your website, social media profiles, a little quote from you, just a way of saying thanks and showing that you help support me, and I appreciate that. Alright, so I spent the afternoon kind of messing around with the striker and ferro rod, trying to get it to make better sparks, and I realized you have to hold it like exactly perpendicular in order to get the most spark action. So I'm actually going to try and light a fire again, give it a second shot, see what happens. Oh yeah, got it going. So it actually does start things on fire. So I have to give it a thumbs up. And I guess I do recommend the FireKable bracelet from Survival Life for $5.